I was born on May 30th, 1959, on the beautiful island of Guam. My mom's name is Jean Florence Aggie Chandler, and my dad's name is Frederick O'Connor Chandler. Yep, that's me with them, but at a much younger age. Both of them were kids on Guam when the Japanese invaded the island, and they survived the Japanese occupation, and they were there to see the Marines land and liberate Guam. So, where is Guam? Guam is an island in the western Pacific Ocean. It's located in the Micronesian subregion. It is southeast of the Philippines. It's about 214 miles long. The southernmost and the largest island in the Mariana String of Islands. It is the northernmost group of islands in the Micronesia. Today, it has a population of about 170,000. When I was growing up, we were probably at somewhere around 65,000, a whole lot less. We have 19 villages, that's what we call them. We grew up in Tamuning. Agana is its capital. Guam is also the westernmost U.S. territory, and it is west of the international date line, making it one day ahead of the United States, which is why we say Guam is where Americans' Day begins. We first lived in a village called Mighty. Our neighbors were the Joneses. Dad's sister was married to Ken Jones. Mr. Jones would become a lucrative businessman on Guam. I can't remember too much growing up in Mighty, other than playing with the neighbor, Betty Jones, and walking to the bakery and Typhoon Karen. I had six siblings. That's one brother and four sisters. The oldest was Janet. She's at the top right. And then my brother, he was a junior, Frederick. He is labeled me on the picture. And then me, Robert, at the bottom left. Kathy at the bottom right. Jackie, we both share the same birthday, although about 3 years apart. And then the youngest was Pauline. Now she arrived to us while we were living in Jones Circle. Now Typhoon Karen was a huge storm. I was about 3 years old at the time. We lived in a wooden home, and at some point in the storm, it got so bad that Dad got all of us, that's seven in total, and we rushed out to the neighbor's house where we slid under the foundation to a makeshift survival area. I remember laying down and listening to the wind pounding against the house and shaking it. I could hear things hitting the house. Not sure how we survived that, but we did.
Typhoon Karen swept across the island of Guam with disastrous fury. Winds of over 207 miles an hour were recorded as homes were flattened and military installations heavily damaged. First estimates put the homeless at 45,000 out of an island population of 66,000. It seemed like a miracle that only 6 persons died, but many hundreds were injured, and the property loss runs into the hundreds of millions of dollars. President Kennedy quickly declared the island a disaster area, and aid was rushed from Hawaii and the mainland. It's the worst catastrophe to hit the island in modern times.
My brother told me that was the day we stopped believing in Santa Claus, because after the storm, we found all our Christmas presents that were hidden in the attic. Now they were scattered everywhere. Uncle Katie, Ken Jones, he was building homes in a village of Tamuning, and he called the place Jonestown. Yeah, really. He even named the streets after his daughters. So he moved all his brothers to Jonestown. I think he had 3 brothers. Because our house was destroyed, we were also given a house. So we packed up and moved. And our new home, it was built with concrete cylinder blocks, typhoon proof. In the first year of living in Jonestown, I was bitten by a dog, had the cops called on me for messing with the neighbor's pig farm. I started school, burned my hand on the stove, and met a bunch of friends in the neighborhood. Everybody was moving to Jonestown. Mike Bloom was a really good friend, and he lived just across the street from us. His dad was the vice president or foremost ice cream. So guess what? We got popsicles all the time. So we would move 2 more times before settling in a house on Jones Circle. Life on Jones Circle, it was good until I got stuck under the rock, or I should say a boulder. Can somebody call the ambulance, please? Subscribe. You don't want to miss this story.